Greetings, my friends. It is I, Kolar the Unkilled, back for another look at the latest mods to come out. We're just taking a quick look at the thumbnails and descriptions. I'm not actually downloading and trying any of these out, not at the moment anyway, but this helps me decide what I might possibly do in the future as well. So, let us have a look. So many updates. I have so many updates available. Look at these. The patch, of course, which actually, for some reason, has been greatly reduced in file size. Maybe some things were compressed. I don't know. Cutting room floor, alternate start, magical college of Winterhold, landscape fixes, archery tweaks, Valkyrie, Oakwood, Skyland, mysticism, imperial armors, truly unique weapons, reliquary of myth, Hyperborean snow. I never did find out what the update for that was. TPOS2 is updated periodically with various improvements, although these updates typically require a new game start, which is why I really hesitate there, at least for the moment. Window Shadows, Mysticism and Valkyrie patch, and the Billy Ruse Armor and Weapons Compendium, which currently it has some sort of an issue, so he instructs us to not update that. I'm getting off track, though. Let's look at the latest. The latest, we have Voira. Ooh, Voira, a nice-looking follower mod by Meister B. Mysterious vampire mage who specializes in fire magic. Basic vampire gear, not vampire beer. That'd be nice. She looks very good. I like that. Now, Artaeum's trading post, we've looked at this a little bit. This is a very fascinating looking mod for just over a megabyte. You get some, just a little bit of custom assets, a place to sleep, some things that, so you can, it allows you to travel back to Sovngarde. It warns you in the description not to enter Sovngarde without completing the required quests. So I don't know how that would break the game, but apparently it does. I did always want to go back into Sovngarde after killing Alduin. Rise of the Silver Hand by Dunkelzeit. Oh, there's a lot of requirements, though. You require the Vigil Enforcer armor set, rare curios, elite crossbows, expanded crossbow packs. But you play as a powerful werewolf hunter. That's what the Silver Hand are. And interesting, you get to choose Veteran's Retreat, Drift Shade Refuge, Gallows Rock, or Nilheim as your home. Very small file size, so this is just basically a faction switch with some werewolf killing quests, I assume. That is a very good idea. I like things like this. Just a new twist on how to play Skyrim. Skyrim. Oh my goodness. Now this is Voira. We just looked at Voira. Vampire Mage Follower. Oh, I see. It's the body. She has the default body here, which makes for a much smaller file size. And then this one has the UNP body type. Here's some Pandorbal's Nevri. Standalone follower. She looks very good. All of the Pandorbal's that I've seen look very good. Pandorbal's Brelina, which looks just like Nevri. I think it said that in the description. So this changes Brelina at the College of Winterhold. Makes her very cute. I don't have a problem with how Brelina looks, though. Acanthus's Pose Pack. Mercy. Okay, so I see. So it adds, yes, it adds some poses. AFT has a similar feature, but this probably has some poses in it Oh, no, wait a minute. Total poses around 5,200? By the gods. New rings in your inventory. I see. That would allow for quite exquisite screenshots. You pose your character, rotate the camera, take a pic. I mean, this mod is 95.33 megabytes, my friends. That's large for poses, but 5,000, over 5,000 poses. Oh, it's not compatible. Okay, so you can't use other pose packs or dodge mods or animations. That is very interesting. Wow, that's giving me some ideas. Not that I could fit that into my current load order. Yes, now the Raya Home by Tokisaki. This has been out for a long time. It looks very nice. It's not lore friendly, but you know, not everyone cares about that. I do, but not everyone does. It looks like an amazing player home. Pandorable Mega Pack. Wow, 493.26 megabytes. But look at that. Oh, is that Brynjolf, I assume? Man, these look splendid. Okay, so it says it's a merge of the 9 Pandorable mods. Okay. Wow. So it includes many NPCs are made over. I wouldn't mind having some sort of a comprehensive list. You know, just list them all out. My only concern with using a mod like this, if every NPC in your game doesn't look that good, I don't know, they just stand out a little too much. But that's just me. That is a fantastic looking mod. And here we have another Naisa. How many Naisa follower mods do we need? This is the definitive edition for just under 8 megabytes. Okay, she comes with the Savior's Hide. So there's a couple more of those out as well, I've noticed over the past few days. Glamouril, Magic of Time and Space. It's a very large magic mod. We looked a little bit of that the other day, plus the Maze of Labyrinthian. Combine those two mods together for an amazing magic experience. I can only imagine. I love using magic in the game, but I'm not so into it that I would devote that much file space. But it's good that that is there for those of you who will. And here we have the Spear Oathkeeper for just under 10 megabytes. Interesting. It looks good. I know there are a variety of mods that add spear and spear-like weapons to Skyrim. I don't like to use those because you can't actually use it like a spear. So it ends up just looking a bit strange in my mind when it comes to you or NPCs swinging the spear instead of stabbing with it. Elegant Beauty, Stunning Eyes Remastered. This looks... Whoa. 141 total eye colors and 3 pupil sizes. Oh, wow. That looks glorious. Ha! Of course, it helps if you have good skin and hair, you know, to go along with these amazing-looking eyes. Look at the cat eye types and the large pupil types. Oh, it doesn't support beast races. Well, that's disappointing, honestly. UNP Wet Gloss Specular Map 4K. Give the UNP female body a glossy, sweaty skin appearance. Yes. Okay. I get it. I get it. Not something I would use, but very well. Imperial Mercenary Armor. Wow, for 36.74 megabytes. I can't tell so much just by that picture, but I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, anyway, just not a whole lot to go on here. Even from that picture. I mean, it looks okay in that picture, but it's so small. It's hard to tell. Now, JK's Whiterun interiors. Oh, I see. Excellent. This is fantastic news. Well, or is it? Because I'm using JK's Bellathors, War Maidens, and Arcadias, and Dragon's Reach. Yes, I am using those. I am not using the Bannered Mare because the Bannered Mare isn't going to... I'm assuming the Bannered Mare is included in here. I'm not seeing it. That is the Drunken Huntsman right there. So, yes, the Bannered Mare is included, and I don't think that's going to work with TPOS2 installed. That's going to conflict horribly. So for now, I'm going to have to stick to my individual modulars, which I do love, by the way. Thank you, Stone Spiral Gaming, if you're watching this. I love those mods. What do we have here? Main menu replacer. No, thank you. Crethia follower. Now, this is an interesting-looking character. That's one of those poses, perhaps, that the mod from earlier might allow you to utilize. Now, here she has giant ram's horns, and here she does not. So, I'm not sure what that's about. She looks good, though. 3.41 megabytes. Uses player body and textures. Okay, so that's important to note. Sorry, I should have seen that first. Arctic Frost Redo Supreme Edition. Oh, now that is nice. Yes, I am disgusted by the odd-looking glowing blue spikes Bethesda passed off as ice. Exactly. Okay. So that, if only I had the room to work that into my own load order, I would. Look at the clear, pure ice in that ice spike or ice spear. That is splendid, my friends. Love it. Now, this is something I am interested in trying as well. I don't currently devote a whole lot of file size to Embers and such. I do a little bit, not quite as much. I used to in the past. I used the mod called Candle Glow. It was taken down a couple of times. I really love that effect. This also adds smoke to torches and candles. And so I could potentially replace this. I could replace my Divine Embers and my HD Fire and my smoking candle effects with this one mod. But do I have enough space? I'm going to have to investigate that today. Excellent. 4K Stars and Galaxy. Blue Galaxy. Okay. Oh, put below your weather mods. Interesting. For 4.18 megabytes, I like my current... I just switched my Night Sky mod. I did. Talked about that in my last video. I'm happy with it. This one's a bit smaller in file size. I may check it out at some point. Yes, female mannequins. That's not a female mannequin. Her own version. This is for female players only, yes. Oh, male characters still having the wooden appearance. Okay, interesting. I used to have female mannequins installed. Not this one, but a different one. My wife insisted. Then she stopped playing Skyrim, so I took that off. Pandorable Serana default body. You know, that looks good, but I like how Serana looks. Vanilla Serana. I mean, just with, of course, the skin and the hair that I've added into my load orders. But, you know, this looks good as well. Excuse me there. And then here she is with the different body type, I assume. Like I said, I enjoy vanilla Serana just fine. Yes. This again. Okay, we've got... Now, I found this interesting. This one actually came out after the first one that I looked at the other day with the huge tracts of land. Did anybody get that reference? That's a Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference. I don't know if anyone understood. Some of you did. I know. This is the standalone version with the original makeup and not the abomination another porter did to it. Ooh, shots fired. Portable gramophones. Yeah, I actually looked at these the other day. So basically, you carry this thing around and you click it in your inventory to initiate music. And this is romantic. We have Nordic. Classical. Damn it. You ever do that? Okay. Be right back. But back to where we were here. We've got classical and medieval. I would really love to hear what these various music selections sound like. I can't afford that file size in my load order right now, so I'm just going to have to wait. Here we have the Daedric Crescent by Fourth. Okay. My first port, so be gentle. Now, it looks good from what I can see here. I assume it swings like a dagger. Nice and quick. Anything that adds additional weapon varieties into the game is good with me. Now, I don't go over Creation Club stuff because I have no experience with it whatsoever. Final Fantasy music and sound replacer. Wow, 101 megabytes. Excuse me. Final Fantasy, something else I have no experience with, believe it or not. So I don't really have much to say on that, but it replaces the music and the sound, so that's interesting. If you're really into Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, we've got some creatures here. Let's look at this. This has been out for a while now, and it's been updated to version 21 with script fixes and improvements. But it's a player home. Ooh, runner-up in 2 Best Skyrim Mods of 2020 showcases. Very nice. I should check those out myself because I don't know exactly what all is going on here. I don't want to take up all your time. You can read the description yourself, but just looking at this, oh, you can relocate to just about anywhere in Skyrim and Solstheim. Floors, secrets, and 60 destinations to unlock. Initially, a 3-story Dwemer-style tower with crafting, viewing balconies, but a total of 14 external models can be chosen from when unlocked. It sounds amazing. That's right. Okay, so you get some quests and things to do in here as well. 1 to 2 hours total playthrough. It looks exquisite, my friends. Aren't those, I'm not a big Doctor Who person either, but that's what that's from, is it not? Fourth Unknown's creatures. Apologies sometimes if I take a little bit too long reading descriptions. I just want to give each one of these its fair shake. And, you know, the first time I uploaded one of these types of mod talk videos, I honestly didn't really anticipate that many would watch it, because after all, anybody with an Xbox and an online connection can pull up the mods and go through here and look at these on their own. So why does anybody want to watch me do it? I don't know, but they're getting a lot of views, and I've had some praise from people that I trust. So hey, as long as they keep getting watched, I'll keep doing them. And actually, I'm surprised looking at this mod. It's only 35.26 megabytes, and look at the creatures that you get here. I don't necessarily want those in my Skyrim, although the Guar would be nice. Here we have Daedra. Ooh. Oh, by the gods. I'm getting flashbacks. Ooh. What are those things? Oh, it's a hunger. Oh, a hunger. Those are horrible, horrible creatures. So are these clanfears. I used to get my ass butted across Cyrodiil by those things. Well, when they came out of Oblivion Gates, that is. Now the Ogrims, those are a nice touch. But oh, clanfears, hungers, and scamps. And gods forbid, Daedroth. You must have a death wish. For 40, just under 41 megabytes, though, that looks incredible. I gotta hand it to you. That looks incredible. Okay, I don't do survival. Wood fires, redo. That looks quite exquisite. Now includes embers and more burning logs. Looks very good. Jarl Ballin. Zoom out to Jarl Ballin. Ports over some good stuff. 46.82 megabytes, though. Yeah. I wish I had the room, my man. Oh, and here's the all-in-one of all those creatures. You get all of them for 76.11 megabytes. Anyone have any issues with performance or their game crashing with these things running around? I'm just curious. I can't say that would happen. But I'm curious to know, because I can't fit something like this in my current load order. But it'd be nice to have some of these things. The Guar especially, like I said. Oh, what is this? Old White Town. Welcome to the location of the original Whiterun, Old White Town. Founded north of Whiterun, just up the hill from White Watch Tower. Your own town, including Jarlship, walled keep, 5 NPC houses, massive undercroft armory, 16 new NPCs. Work in progress? That sounds spectacular. I love things like this. Build your own town, your own fortress. I'm going to favorite this. Keep my eye on that one for sure. That is just the sort of thing that I like to include in my game, in my playthroughs. Okay, individual added creatures. I have no idea what these things are. They say that they are traveling with orcs in Whiterun Hold, of all places. Yeah. No, thank you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and unfavorite this. This was really compelling to me when I first looked at it. For my my Zadara, my Necromage orc playthrough, I thought, wouldn't it be nice if you could go into Necromancer dens and Nordic Barrows and the Draugr and the Necromancer, they don't attack you. You can just sort of live in there. But I don't play that kind of character all the time, so I don't necessarily need that in my load order. We've got lava ported by 2 seconds. That's okay. I don't have a problem with the lava the way it looks, really. You encounter it so rarely in the game. Let's see. Void Gate. The town portal. Simple town portal. Okay. So I looked at this the other day. You make a marker where you are in the wilds, then you teleport to your town marker, and then teleport back to the wilds, and then delete your wilds marker. So with this mod, you just make and walk into a portal while in the wilds, and then make and walk into a portal in town. Okay? Interesting. Very small download size. Sezerine's Saga requires death consumes all. Now, I'm not really familiar with death consumes all. I just noticed, just yesterday, I believe, that Ryan, a.k.a. RTD Vids, put out a lot of content on that particular quest mod. So I'm going to check that out. You may want to as well. It's apparently... Well, here it is. Well, yes. A DLC long quest mod. There's a lot of favorites. I think this has been around a lot longer than I had initially assumed. But it appears to be very, very engrossing. Look, a gatekeeper. A gatekeeper. A Thum Out to Oblivion's Shivering Isles DLC. So this looks quite spectacular. It's just over a gig. So it's gargantuan. But I'm going to check out the playthrough of that. I've got nothing more to say. I've not experienced it. So Stormcloak Rebellion Armors. We've seen this a couple of times. It just... I mean, that looks like the Stormcloak armors that are in my game right there. So for 21 plus in the megabytes... I'm not sure what additional you're getting here. Oh, they're... Okay, so officers are equipped with a redesigned heavy armor variant of the bear armor set. Okay. If you're a Stormcloak, then you might want that. Spartan Legion, is this all it does? It just puts these helmets... Wait, no, it says this mod changes everything. Imperial soldiers now wear red and black Penitus Oculatus armor with the closed face Imperial helmet, giving them the Roman Greek appearance. Well, it's okay. It's very simple, extraordinarily small file size. Oh yes, Dragonborn gifts. Yeah, this has been around for a minute too. Simple mod for some starter gear in Helgen and supplies at the player homes. Added an end-game cheatier set to Sovngarde. And some follower jewelry. Well, Sovngarde is end-game, so that's fair, I suppose. Now, okay, these are some mod bundles we looked at in past videos. We're starting to get into some mods that we've already seen. I don't know that I've done this one, though. Azura's Moon, similar to that that crescent blade that we saw earlier, but this is a Daedric crescent. It takes the place of a dagger. Rustic Obsidian Cold Weathers. Yeah, I recently watched a Gone Turbo video where he had this plugged in. And if you're into that sort of thing, it's great. But it made the overall atmosphere of the game seem so dreary, and that's not really what I'm after. It didn't look bad, though. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just not my thing. So here's another one of these mods that supposedly improves performance by removing items, removing things from the game. Everything that I have read and been told by experienced mod authors has said that these are no good to use. That they can actually decrease your performance, or maybe not such, but make your game crash. Because the game may reference at some point any number of these things, and when it's absent, causes your game to crash. I'm not a mod author myself, so I can't speak much on that, but it's what I've heard and been told by those in the know. Now check this guy out. Is it Vimar or Weimar? I would say Weimar if I were to use this. And I would use this. Look at this dude. This is an awesome looking follower. He's got that just handsome yet sinister vampire aesthetic. He looks like he's barely 30, but he's probably actually like 1,000 years old or something. This, I'm all for this. Of course, like it says, you know, this, it's going to use your, where does it say? Yes, uses the skin that you have installed. So when you download him, he might not look quite like that. But still, that's quite good for under 5 megabytes. Enhanced blood textures has been around for an eternity, and I guess it's been updated. Wow. Added splatter sounds. Fixed and updated a couple of blood splatters, which is good, because when I had this, of course it was in my very first load order. It's probably in everybody's first load order, right? It's still in many of your load orders today, but I took it out because the file size, for me, it wasn't worth it. And I kept getting blood splatters that were just half there, and they were very distinctly and neatly cut off. You know, half a blood splatter. Did you ever see that? Maybe it was a conflict that I wasn't aware of at the time. I just didn't think extra blood splatters was worth 46 megabytes. But many of you, look at that. Many of you have loved and enjoyed this mod, is what I was trying to say when in my zeal I once again backed right out of the mods page like a noob. Anyway, moving on. I want this, my friends. I want this. I've had it favorited for a few days now. I just love this thing. So finally, now there are some other woodcutter axe improvement mods. This is relatively lightweight for, I mean, in the picture there, it looks outstanding to me for under 3 megabytes, and you can actually upgrade it as a steel weapon, as it should be, because that would do tremendous damage in the hands of a skilled warrior who also is skilled enough to sharpen the thing as such. So it's so simple. But all my logs in the game, my sawn logs and wood and such, all look so nice. And then there's this crappy looking woodcutter's axe that's always there. And so I will at some point incorporate this into my load order, unless it gets taken down before I get the chance. Now here's a mod that has been suggested to me that I use. My friend Redbow has said, hey, give this a try. Redbow, have you actually used this yourself? I wasn't clear on that. This is one of those things that would be extremely useful, and I would use it if I had more mod slots. Because it probably isn't going to conflict with much, if anything. And it would work well in my load order, since I have a caster. You can cast from horseback with this mod, which I would love to do. I don't really care about underwater combat. I mean, but it's just one of those things. I don't have enough mod slots to add this, but it seems like a great quality of life type fix. And then, holy Talos titties, we've got this monstrosity of a magic mod. Fenderic's Magic World. I've never used this. I've looked at it numerous times. I mean, it's just extraordinary for how much it does, for all that it does. Oh, but look, it says, as part of the description, this mod may run slowly on Xbox1 S. The X is recommended for maximum performance. Well, I have the S as in snake, which typically is better for graphical mods, right? And so I will not be using this because it's too large a file size. Oh, but I would love to see all of the things that this can do and the content that it adds to a game. A lot of favorites. This has been around for a long time. I constantly see it being recommended. It's just, I mean, new world spaces, new spells, weapons and armors, boss encounters. Really, it just really seems very spectacular. Not for me, unfortunately. Moving on. Sons and daughters of Skyrim, stand... What was that? That wasn't a Nordic accent. Some sort of dialect of British or something. Anyway, so if you're a Stormcloak, you and all other Stormcloaks, I guess, you get the carved Nordic armor. That would make... that would certainly empower the Stormcloak army a bit, wouldn't it? As that is vastly superior to what they use in the base game. I guess Ulfric still has his regular clothing equipped, unless it now counts for armor too. Yeah. Okay, so that's just a patch. Better Daedric and bound arrows. No, that looks good. Very small file size for that. Yeah, because the vanilla Daedric arrows have those 3 or 4 pronged arrowheads on there, which in reality, that wouldn't pierce anything. It would stick up to the point of the shaft, and then that's it. It would just fall. You could just pluck it right out. That looks a lot, actually, more effective. Very small file size. I don't use bound weapons. I have, I just don't tend to. Running short on time, so I'm going to be wrapping things up here soon. Better Mistvale Keep Courtyard. Of course, that looks very good, actually. Well, 8.58 megabytes. You know what I want, my friends? What I really want is I want something like this, but for the Blue Palace. The courtyard of the Blue Palace. You know, when you go underneath the arch and you're walking into the Blue Palace and it looks like there's just a bunch of weeds and it's all unkempt. Why don't we have a mod that simply spruces that area up the way it does in Divine Cities? But I don't want to download Divine Cities just for that, obviously. And there's another mod, I believe it's a work in progress currently, that is the Blue Palace Terrace. It overhauls the entire Blue Palace area, all around. And it looks amazing, but it's a large file size as well. May conflict with TPOS2, I'm not sure, maybe not. But why not have something simple like this for that little courtyard area just before you go into the Blue Palace? Or is there? Maybe you're watching this and you know of a mod that does that very thing, and I just somehow can't find it. Please let me know if that exists. Excuse me. I will want it. And this will probably be the last one that we do. Bridges, ferries, and fords. Fords? Yeah. So it adds... Oh, even ferries. So it adds crossings, basically, where in the vanilla game there's no way to cross a particular river or body of water. That's what this does. And as you can see, wow, and it's only 381 kilobytes. How is it such a small file size when it adds all these bridges and crossings? Well, I suppose it's just using vanilla assets, so why not? That could be very good. Let me know, my friends, if you've used that. I'm a bit interested in that. It's not essential, but it's one of those things. If I had more mod slots, why not, right? It'd be good to have. And now, my friends, I believe we are back into where I was the last time I made a mod talk video. So, with that, my friends, I thank you once again for watching. I think, like I said, I think it's strange that that these videos get so many views, but as long as they do, I'll keep making them. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, just let me know. Or criticism, you're not going to hurt this one's feelings. I remain Kolar the Unkilled. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon next time around.